So, got a new knife, let's talk about it. Fallkniven. Gonna do an unboxing. Now I know that's not really how you pronounce it. It's probably like Fallkniven or Fallkniven or some crap like that, but we don't really virtue signal here. I'm an American, not in Sweden. I don't really care how you pronounce your shit. Doesn't matter. All right. Oh. When I first pulled this out, I thought it was wood, which would have been neat. It is not. This is the PXL, and interesting. I can't see it because the camera's in the way. Well, just taking it in here. So it's pretty robust, which I like. On the back side, the liner, okay, I'm not complaining. I'm not saying this is a negative, but it's, besides the weight of the knife, the first thing I notice is these edges are not, I won't be able to show them to you on the camera, but these edges of the liner are sharp and grabby. So when you have it in your hand, I feel it like catching on my hand. It doesn't, I don't think that I hate it, it's just noticeable. Blade is pretty much centered. I would say it wants to be centered. The liner lock does put a little tension on it, but this is not, it's certainly not unreasonable. See if we can zoom in here. All right. It's nice and smooth. And surprisingly, didn't take, yeah. All right, I like it. Yeah, it's very, you can tell it's a more premium quality. And I don't know exactly what bearings are in here. I see something that looks like Teflon for a shim slider. Wow. I mean, right at the very end does it lock. I mean, it is perfect. Wow. Yep, no plate. Okay, so this is L-Max. They do make 3G. Now 3G is like a laminate steel where they try to encapsulate the, is it the main steel? Let me see. Well, anyway, I don't actually know. I'd have to look it up because I don't want to say something wrong. But it's a laminate steel. The thing is, L-Max has been around for a long time and is a good durable steel, corrosion resistant, and I think is probably a little easier to sharpen. I've kind of gotten to the point where my own experience has proven to me that these more higher end super steels and, you know, some of these steels you can just kind of geek out on. Yeah, they're good. Yeah, they hold an edge a little longer, but they're harder to sharpen, and I've basically gotten to the point where I just don't feel like it's necessary to go for that ivory tower top, pinnacle, top tier, super, you know, cosmic steel. Because for me, I use my knives for everything. I use them as hammers. They're a tool, man, and it's gonna hold up. I'm not gonna baby it. I don't care. And the fact that it can be useful is what actually makes me appreciate it more. So in the pursuit of that is like, you know, they get dull. I want to be able to sharpen them quick. I don't want to, and I don't use like Lansky sticks or any of that. I have a ceramic rod and different little stones and just keep them sharp. I just want to be able to touch it up real quick. It is definitely sharp. It is not perfect. It can be better. I can feel it. Boy, not much better though. I mean, that's pretty good. So this is basically, you know, I don't know if you want to call it a working man's knife. I don't know. I mean, it's definitely a knife to be used. This, yeah, the lock is good. Golly, man, that clip is way. Okay, let me see how it goes in my pocket. This is gonna be interesting. Okay, I'm wearing very thin summer pants and it went in okay. Let me slide it over my shirt where it buttons. Oh my God. Okay. This clip is extremely aggressive. It is way too tight. I mean, I can't even hardly pull it back. Oh my gosh. That's ridiculous. All right, so great knife. Feels crisp. It's robust. Man, it feels great in my hand. Opens, man, snaps open. I kind of think I like that this is grabby, but if I didn't, you could take a Dremel tool with, you know, a polishing wheel or something and just take that edge off inside of there. Interesting. So why did I buy this knife? Well, because I have problems and I like knives and I wanted it. I have no actual application for it. Boy, it sure is a neat knife though. I love the way it feels. So, yeah, I think, so like, yeah, I don't know what to think. I'm trying to think of how it feels compared to other knives I have, like the Spryderco PM2. I have a Benchmade Super. I have a lot of knives, but they ain't all worth mentioning. You know what? Let's do that. I'm gonna go grab the other knives. Let's do a comparison. We'll talk about it. All right, so here we go. I just grabbed a pile of knives. Not all the knives I have. I'm trying to get the camera set up. I bumped into it and now it's a mess. All right, so a little comparison. Let me move this up. All right, so I guess first, let's just start. I mean, I have no talking points, no plan, just spitballing here. All right, Spryderco PM2. This is Maximet. This is an overrated steel. You can get it really sharp. I have it almost shave sharp. It's a little toothy. So why is, in my opinion, this an overrated steel? Well, I mean, Maximet is like maximum corrosion resistant steel. Because this is a high flat grind, let me just point that out. So if you look at these two blades, you can see right here, the grind goes all the way from the cutting edge to right here. So that is like that's actually a high flat grind. It's high until it gets to up here, and then it kind of tapers. It's a very interesting setup. It'll make for a stronger blade, so it could take more punishment. This is a full flat grind. I think I said high flat grind earlier, and I just, in my head, because it goes all the way to the top and it's high. But so like, well, what's the difference? Well, if you're cutting an apple, let's say, with this knife, once it gets to this, as it starts getting thicker, it's harder to push through the apple. Is it hard to push through the apple? No, you can cut an apple with it. But a knife like this will just be more slicey. Man, it'll really just move right through it. Say you got a 2-inch thick piece of foam that you're cutting. You cut it with this, it's gonna gather some resistance up right here at the midpoint of the blade. This one will just slice right through it a little better, more glide. But anyway, so PM2. I really like this knife. It's comfortable. It's thin. This is more appealing to me because it's robust. It's definitely heavier. This is a fairly light knife, so I would call this a slim, lighter knife, though it's not a feather. But this just is more robust. Another robust knife is like the SOG Kiku XR here. This is a man, this knife is a tank. I mean, just a tank. I really like this knife because it's so robust and such a tank. You have like an access lock set up here, which is kind of my preferred. This is CTS XHP steel. Now, I will say, and there will be people that would disagree, there's so many different steels out there. I certainly haven't experienced them all, and I know there are statistics and charts that compare edge retention to like what it takes to sharpen it. I'm just going off my own experience. I have VG10 and M390 and S30V, S90. I have a ton of different knives with steels, but the CTS XHP, I think as far as that ratio goes from like edge retention to effort to sharpen, this is pretty reasonable. It's not too bad. It doesn't irritate me. This knife is heavy. The blade is, it's thick and short bat and squatty, I would say. The belly does sort of make a concave transition right here, which would be great for making those, hot dog sticks around the campfire, but I find it to be If I could change it, I would just have it transition just all the way across and not be there. Yeah, these micarta scales, they really start to get their own character, you know, after use, which is pretty cool. I abused the crap out of that knife. So this knife being slim, you know, some knives like this are kind of flexy. This is a rigid knife. It is robust, and I mean, it's not weak. This is a very good quality knife. Very good. Probably, honestly, I would say an honest assessment of this knife, it's probably the best knife, blade shape, blade design, as far as cutting. I mean, when you go to cut with this shape of knife and the way it's made, I mean, it's maximum pressure gets put down here on the cutting edge. It's just, even though it may not be my favorite knife, it's probably one of the best knives made, in my opinion. This is a Benchmade Contigo, and it is a really robust knife. Really big blade. It's M4, which is a softer, you know, carbon. Just, you know, when M4 just reminds me of like 1095 carbon steel. But this thing's a beast. Great for, I mean, I would say indestructible, and enough blade out here to really do some work with. This would be a great knife for taking, hiking, or camping. If you could only take one. I mean, I would argue that you should take a fixed blade knife too, which is what I do. I have a mix, but the thing about this knife, it's big. It's a big knife. And the scales, they are a little, I mean, they talk to your hand. You can feel them. But it doesn't, I wouldn't say it hurts. But I could see if you were really doing a lot with the knife over a period of time, that might start wearing on you. Axis lock, once again. I really like the axis lock. Here's the Benchmade Freak, Super Freak. Another great knife. Also M4. The thing about M4, it sharpens really fast and easy. You can get an edge on it real quick. Got a real high grind, flat grind. You can see where its transition is up a little higher than the PXL. So the thing about these, I'll tell you the one thing about this knife is the grip on this knife, the way it fits in my hand, I don't know, it just, if you just look at it, it's kind of thinner here. Yeah, let me go to the other side so the clip's not a distraction. So it's kind of, it's thinner right here, and then it's thicker right here, and then it gets thinner right here. I think for that reason, I've noticed when I use it, if I'm putting pressure on it, sometimes it tends to, it doesn't roll, but I can feel that it's wanting to turn in my hand. It's really weird, and I don't like that. This is not a heavy knife. It's almost perfect. It's honestly, oh no, yeah, it's definitely, this is a heavier knife. I love the way this thing feels. And plus I just got it, so it's new, so I'll favor it for a while, and that's what I tend to do. It's just like, ooh, what's the next one I should buy? That I shouldn't, but I do. Yeah, this knife right here, as far as use and quality, I would make an argument that this may be one of the best knives ever made. I've always hated the hole. I've always hated their blade design. It's never been, you know, appealing to me, but, and it has this lock in the back, which takes some getting used to. It's different, but still, I mean, one-handed operation is definitely there, which is important. You know, I've heard some people say, oh, you can't, you know, the PXL is not made for one-handed operation. Bullshit. That's bullshit. It's completely one-handed. Man. This thing's a gangster. Yeah. So there's a few knives to just kind of compare it to. And the other thing about this, the scales on this knife, this little, I don't want to call it dimpling, but it's just so grippy. It's almost like sandpaper. Yeah, great knife. Anyway, those are just some of my thoughts on these other knives, and got to see an unboxing of the PXL. Thanks for watching.